Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thank you for visiting today and checking in on my page to see my interview with Cynthia, who is in the UK. Welcome to my page, Cynthia.
Thank you, Kimberly. Thanks for having me on your page today.
You're very welcome. So I'm going to ask Cynthia a few questions this morning and see what she has to say about being a part of our digital business. The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is introduce yourself. Where do you live and how long have you been in the business? And tell me a little bit about you.
All right, thank you, Kimberly. Well, my name is Cynthia, like we've established. I live in the UK with my family. I have 3 kids, a 10-year-old, 6 and 5 months.
Oh, wow.
I know the gap is too wide, but it's a very long gap between them, but there's a story behind that, probably for another day. So I'm a HR manager by profession, and I started my digital business sometime last year when I was pregnant with my little boy, and yeah, that was actually, it was actually one of my whys, to be honest. I started it because I wanted something to supplement my maternity pay. Yeah, so I started it, I think, last month made it 1 year in the business.
Oh, wow. That's cool. So my next question was, why did you start your business? But you already alluded to that. So can you tell us a little bit more?
Sure. So like I said briefly, it was actually to supplement my maternity pay. That was really mainly why I started. But obviously, my whys keep increasing when I saw the potentials in the business. So I figured it would also be a good idea to kind of supplement my pension pot, and just get some money together, and hopefully at some point I could reduce my hours in my main job and get to spend more time with the kids.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a big why for many people. More time and more flexibility. Yeah. I totally get it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so my next question, being a business owner, a digital business owner, what would be your favorite part about this whole business? There's many aspects to it, but what would be your favorite?
Oh yeah, like you said, we have a lot of benefits in this digital business, but obviously I have my own favorites. So I have my top two. My top two will be the flexibility of the business, the fact that I can fit it and plan it around my family life. So if I'm wanting to kind of take the kids to the movie, for instance, I can actually put in some hours before taking them to the movie, or whilst they're there watching their movie, I can just, do 1 or 2 things. The business is smart. You can actually take it anywhere you're going. It's not like a traditional business that you need to actually be present in one place or right there. This one is very flexible and smart. And I like the fact that it has 90% automation, because that means that I don't need to put in 100%, because I already have a busy life. I'm a mom of 3, 3 young kids with a baby, and my job is very demanding, so I wouldn't want a business that would take more of my time. And this business didn't take any of my time. I started a business without even feeling the time, but I'm also getting results. And so I was talking about the automation. So the automation means that I could actually do my 10% and then let the system do the rest. Whilst I'm taking care of the kids, looking after the baby, making lunch, making dinner, or doing other things, my business is running in the background. Absolutely. So those are my favorites.
Those are 2 of my favorites too. I believe the automation, I think, is what sets it apart, because you don't have to worry about it. If you wanted to even go to the movies and not even do anything, just enjoy the movie with your kids, you could. You could just unplug for a few hours and pick it up when you got back or when the kids were in bed. So I think that is one of the most flexible parts of the business that can adapt to any lifestyle and any situation.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. Good one for sure. Okay, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. So my last question would be for all the viewers that are watching today, and they are wondering, you know, is this something for me? Is it not? What would be your advice that you would give them that would probably persuade them to do this, whether it's right for them or not? What do you think? What would be your advice?
Well, I would tell them, you know, to go for it. You know, do not overthink it. I mean, personally, I'm the kind of person that, you know, dives right into it. I mean, if it doesn't work, I move to the next thing. That is what I believe. You know, I don't overthink things. You know, once I've seen the potential in something, I go for it, you know, and then put in my best. You know, at the end of the day, if it doesn't work, yeah, then I do my research and go to the next thing. Obviously, having said that, I'm also the kind of person that does research a lot. Maybe it comes with my job. So before I start something, I need to actually look into it, which was what I did about this business. So guys, if you're skeptical, you know, just do your due diligence. I mean, first, you need to go on Kim's webpage, find out what her web address is, you know, put in your real name and email address. You have to listen though. I said real name and email address because there's a reason for that. When you put in a name or an email that does not belong to you or does not work, when you start this business, it will kind of mess things up and slow you down a little bit. So you have to put in your real name and email address just so Kim can send you a link to our free information session. Yeah. So this information section is going to tell you about our business model. That way, you know, you're being given an information, something to go by on. And if you listen to that webinar, that workshop, and you wanted to proceed, that's absolutely fine. We're happy to receive you into our wonderful online community.
Absolutely.
We're over 90,000 and we're there to help. You know, anyone that wants to join us, we're happy to teach you everything we know about this business. All the steps we followed to become successful, we're happy to teach you that. Yeah. So put in your real name and email address, watch the 90 minutes webinar, and then if you wanted to proceed, you do the next step, which is on there. You know, that's all I have to say.
Boy, that was a lot. That was awesome. Wonderful advice. Wonderful advice. The webinar is free.
Good.
So really there is no risk to even check it out. So I totally agree with you. Well, thank you so much, Cynthia, for being with me for a few minutes today and for sharing your story and your why and a little bit about you. I really appreciate it. And I pray many blessings on you and your family and your little ones as you continue with the business. And I pray that you will have much, much success in the future. And maybe our paths will cross again.
Yeah, maybe. And I wish you the same too. I wish you the same too, Kim.
Thank you so much. You have a great day in the UK. It's afternoon right now. It's just morning here.
Yeah, it's 12:25 now, and the sun is kind of warming up. I'm sure the kids are itching to go to the park.
I'm sure they are. Well, you have a wonderful day with your family. And thank you for sharing with us today.